Welcome to our home, and we hope that spring has fully arrived wherever you live. So I love tulips. I didn't actually grow these. They're grown locally. I got them at the farmer's market. I remember so well this exact time of year. I was visiting my parents in Buffalo, New York, and their front yard was just filled with beautiful tulips. So pretty. And the next morning I woke up and there was about this much snow, 2 inches of snow everywhere. And the tulips were just still standing proud. Like, we're not going to let a storm bother our beauty. I think that's a beautiful message for these times.
Yes.
So that's the tulips. So, This is not going to be a political video, but it might start out just a tiny bit. So as you all know, those that live in this country and even those that tune in from other countries like South Africa and Ireland, Germany, England, Canada, that there's a lot going on, and it's hard, and one of the things that happened just this past week is that this school teacher in Idaho was asked to remove this sign from her classroom because it did not fit with the removal of all DEI. Anyway, so the sign is so beautiful. It's kind of a fairly big sign, and it has all these children's hands touching, and they're all different colors representing all the different races, and it just says all are welcome here. And this teacher was told to take that down. It didn't fit with the new administration. And DEI means diversity, equality, and inclusion. And the reason we wanted to talk about this is that when we started our work, this DEI, which we didn't even know the words, it wasn't very popular then, that has been the basis of our work, the groundwork, that all are welcome. And it's so important to us. I feel like wearing a sign on my heart, or having a big sign right outside our door as people come in. So in our workshops we have gay couples, lesbian couples, where one is a trans person. We have non-binary. We have all the different races represented. And, so I thought of this last night. There was a time when one of the presidential elections was there was a lot of anger going on. And we happened to be doing a workshop in Texas. And we found out that everyone that came to the workshop was Republican. Well, we're not. And I just took a deep breath and I went, oh, okay, all right, let's see how this goes. And it was a total non-issue. These people had the same issues, the same needs, the same desires, the same wanting to love and be loved. And it's, we need to include everyone, the Republicans, independents, people who didn't vote, to include them. All are welcome here. So I have a little story, and Barry has a good story too. So I talk a lot about my mom because she's such a special person and so simple. She was really, she didn't have any higher education. She just was really simple. She really loved God. Well, when my parents moved here, my mom almost every day drove her little car down to the beach, and she'd take a little walk, and then there was like a wall at the Rio del Mar beach, the entrance, and it was wide enough that you could sit on. Well, there was a group of homeless men that would sit every day on this wall.
Too.
No, it was just men. It was just men, and some of them lived in their cars, and that's how they could. I don't know the whole situation of them. But my mother, as she would walk by every day, she loved to get to know people, and she got to know these men, and they made room for her on the wall, and she sat there every day, and she made friends with them, and she listened to them. And one day she was sitting there laughing and having the best time, and a group of 3, so my mom was in her 80s, and a group of her 3 friends from church walked by, and they were all in their 80s too. They looked at her and they're like, oh, Louise, oh. And they walked by, and that evening, all 3 of them called her and said, "You should not be doing that. That is dangerous to sit with those people. You don't know who they are. They're so different. You should not be sitting with them." And my mother's response to each of them was, "They are children of God, and I love them." Isn't that a beautiful? We need to feel that about everyone, and know that all are welcome in our hearts. All are welcome.
Oh, I just remembered at Joyce's mom's memorial service, guess who came? All these homeless men. They all came.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
So this is a little side note. Just want to report my vision is coming back. I just had cataract surgery, and it's coming back. The other day, though, I was sitting and I looked out the window and I saw 2 hawks flying side by side. I thought that was so beautiful. And then when I closed my recently operated eye, I realized it was 1 hawk. I was seeing double. But anyway, somebody...
2 of me.
Wait, yes, so somebody from the last video commented and said, "Now that I have new eyes, maybe I can see something new in my beloved Joyce." And to be honest, sometimes I see 2 Joyces. That's more special than 1 Joyce.
Okay.
All right, back to inclusion, okay, because it's so important. And like Joyce said, in our work, that is really like something we always try to do. I mean, if there's somebody who doesn't seem to fit, and there usually is, somebody who feels like they're not part of it, right? We bring that person in. And once, years ago at a Hawaii retreat, there was a man who actually, he called or emailed, maybe it was before email, he contacted us, and he said he has never fit in because he has Tourette's syndrome. And he's always feeling like the people who lead retreats that he's on always feel that he's a bother, right? And for those of you who don't know what Tourette's is, it's a neurological condition where the person has sometimes explosive outbursts, like loud sounds, like, you'd be sitting and all of a sudden, something really loud and disruptive, right? So he came to the retreat, and I realized I needed to do something really important to include him right away in the beginning. So when he announced his condition, and sometimes I have had moments of brilliance. This was one of them. I asked the whole group, and it was a large group, maybe 40, 50 or so. I asked everyone to have Tourette's, basically. And I just had everyone just make loud outbursts. And so the whole room exploded in all these outbursts. And this man, nothing like that had ever been done. And he felt so included, and his heart opened, and he smiled so broadly at the thought. That was really special. And from then on, whenever he had an outburst, maybe a few other people would have one too.
It was sweet. Yeah. And it was a week-long retreat. And he told us that usually he's asked to leave the retreat, whatever kind of retreat it is. But we all flowed with it. That inclusion, including people, diversity, equality, and inclusion. It's so important. All are welcome.
Yeah. In fact, every workshop or retreat that we do, we really ask everybody to be as vulnerable as they can and expose the parts of themselves that actually they're afraid would make them not included. So it's that important, because we all have parts of ourselves that we don't show, we're afraid of. All right, so here we go. You're always here, calling me home. The angels whisper, you're never alone. You're always here, calling me home. The angels whisper, you're never alone. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. Let me be free, my soul unbound, flying in heaven, right here on the ground. Let me be free, my soul unbound, flying in heaven, right here on the ground. I am loved. I am loved. Just as 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 I am loved. So close your eyes a moment and just feel that. We are all just really precious, and it's our uniqueness, our difference that makes us special and precious. All of us. Doesn't matter what color our skin or what our sexual preference or whatever is unique about us. We're part of the human family. All of us. All of us. So next time you see someone different, really different, welcome them. Welcome them into your heart, into your life on this earth. Okay, take a breath and open your eyes. Everyone is welcome, okay? You are all welcome. And actually, every one of us is needed here. Needed.
Beautiful song. Thanks. So just to bring an ending to the story I started out with, I saw an interview with this teacher in Idaho, and she has not taken down that sign because she wants her students who come from all different races, all different countries, she wants them to know that they're all welcome in her classroom. Mm-hmm. And she might lose her job because of that. Mm-hmm. We will, it's yet to be determined. But that's how we need to be, to really stand up for diversity, and equality, and inclusion, and make that such a deep part of our lives.
Wow. So if you're a teacher, put up the same sign. Really, put up the same sign in your classroom. If you know a teacher, and most of us do, encourage them. If every teacher puts up a sign like that, nobody's going to be fired.
Yeah, we'll see. The story is not ended yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Thanks, sweetie. Last time I went to stand up and I forgot to kiss you.
All right. Well, thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Everyone.